Hello students, welcome to online lecture series for Software Engineering KCA 601. Myself Dr. Inderjit Kaur, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. In the previous lecture, we started with the need of software maintenance, that is the last phase of SDLC. In this lecture, we will be discussing about the different categories of software maintenance. Software maintenance is divided into 4 categories, that is corrective, adaptive, preventive and perfective. Let us take them one by one. So, let us give a brief wrap of software maintenance. It is defined as a process of changing a software product after its delivery to the customer. As we know, the software has been deployed to the customer. Next, if there are certain changes in the software, how we are going to take care that is the process of changing with the ever coming needs of the software specification change to correct the faults, to increase the performance, to correct the errors, to modify the software even after its delivery, to maintain it properly, that is a process of software maintenance. So, let us discuss how we are going to schedule the different activities of software maintenance. Firstly, we will be discussing the software maintenance fundamentals that we have already discussed in the previous lecture. That is the definitions, the nature of maintenance, the need of maintenance and the majority of maintenance cost. Why the maintenance cost is too high, that is being discussed. Then software as an evolutionary entity is also being discussed. Then next is the category of maintenance. After discussing the category of maintenance, the key issues that software maintenance is facing, that will be discussed, and the different technical, management and issues will be discussed. Then after discussing those issues, we will be estimating the maintenance cost and we will be measuring the different metrics for software maintenance. Then what is the maintenance process, that will be discussed in this lecture, and what are the different maintenance activities. After that, what are the techniques for the maintenance, for doing the program comprehension, re-engineering or reverse engineering or doing the code migration or retirement. How my software is going to behave in this, and what are the different management tools, maintenance tools, that is the layout in which we will be taking care of the software maintenance phase. So, starting with the problems that the software maintenance is facing. First is there is a lack of traceability. Our written code, software code, it is not being traceable for the requirement specification and design till we comment them properly as per our requirements and design, but practically our code is not traceable. Then it becomes very difficult for the programmer to detect and then further correct the critical defects that are coming for, and they are affecting the customer operations. Then second is there is a lack of code comments. As I said, if the written code there is not enough comment, so it becomes very useless. The specifications as per the design, the user is not coming that there is a why this function is being written. Then there is obsolete legacy system, that is traceability to the requirements, design and programming standards, they all are lacking in the code supporting multiple legacy systems. Then coming to the software maintenance categories. As I said, these categories they are divided into 4 kinds: corrective, adaptive, perfective and preventive. So, let us start with the corrective maintenance. Corrective maintenance means we are doing the modifications or we are doing the updations, they are done in order to correct in order to fix the problems that are being discovered by the end user, and then it is being concluded by the end error reports. The target is to correct the problems that are coming and that the user is facing. Let us take the example. Example is, suppose the developers, they have just hired the software is just launched. They have found that the customers, they are unable to log on into the software application via their social media accounts. There can be some small defect in the application authentication code. So, that is linking with the social media platform, and now the user is unable to do that. So, because of this small defect, the error is coming. Now, the solution as per corrective maintenance, the quick update that can be done is to restore the login functionality from the social media site. That is how corrective maintenance is occurring. The major cause for this problem was the internal software defect, and it is being handled. The next kind of software maintenance is my adaptive maintenance. Adaptive maintenance means the modifications or the software updations, they are being applied to keep the software up to the date, and it should be tuned to the ever changing business environments. Means my software should be able to cope up with the new environments that are changing with respect to time. Now, let us take the example of adaptive maintenance. Customers, they are logging on to the software from a social media platform with no problems for the last few days. The software is being launched and different customers, they are using the software, and they are logging on to the software from the social media platform, and there is no problem being coming up from the last few days. Suddenly, all the users that are using the software, they are unable to log in from that site. Now, the software developer, it discovers that the social media site, it has changed their way of authentications the user with its API. So, because of the social media change has its authentication way and the API, then now the users, they are being not able to log in. Now, it is pointing that the software should be modified according to this change. So, as per this new change, the software should be made adaptive. There is where adaptive maintenance is coming into the picture, that is, my software should be alive with respect to new business environment. Now, here the cause is the external third party system. It is not the internal problem that has occurred. As per the third party system, it has changed its way. Now, how my software should be modified according to that? What all updations I require in my software, it should be done. So, to lodge that change with respect done in the API authentication in the social media account by the third party user, the users, they are not able to log in into the software. That problem should be rectified when I am taking care of adaptive maintenance. Then the third kind of maintenance, that is my perfective maintenance. Perfective maintenance says कि there should be modifications or there should be updations that should be done in the software product in order to keep the software usable over the long period of time. With respect to time, with respect to requirements, it should be modifications should be done. That means, it includes all the new features, the new user requirements for refining the software and further to improve the reliability and the processing efficiency and performance of the software. These all are being done. The new features, they are being added to the software, the requirements, they are being changed, so that my software should become now more reliable, its efficiency should become more, and there should be increase in its performance. Now, take one example for this perfective maintenance. Perfective maintenance means now the customers, they are constantly able to sign on a application from the social media sites. However, user feedback, it suggests to check their most recent activity rather their profile. Here we have taken the same example as we have taken in the previous maintenance, that is corrective and adaptive, means the software is being launched, it is being given to the users, and the users, they are able to log in to the software application from the social media account. Now, they are being able to log in, but there is now suggestions are coming up, so that users, they want to view their most recent activity rather than coming to their profile page. This is the feedback that the customer, they have given. Now, the perfective maintenance says कि as per this feedback, the changes should be done. That means, once the user is able to log in, it should not go to their profile page, it should go to their most recent activity. That means, now these new features, they are being added to the software. That is what is my perfective maintenance. So, that is my third kind of maintenance, means adding the new features or adding some new requirements, so that to refine my existing software to increase its reliability, efficiency and performance. Now, let us move on to the fourth kind of maintenance, that is my preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance says, do the software modifications or do the software updations to prevent the future problems of the software. That is, whatever problems that are not coming now, but they can arise in my future, they should also be taken care by this preventive maintenance. So, when I am doing this preventive maintenance, once my software is operational, that is where I have to take care of all these types of maintenance. So, preventive maintenance says कि whatever future problem can arise into the software application, they should be taken care. Let us take the example. An application's user base has been gradually increasing. However, there is a change in the application is increasing the database and is more useful to the users. Developers, they are not certain that the increased load is handled by the application server, but if the server crashes in this period of rapid growth, many users, they will be abandon the product. Now, the problem is, at the present time the software is working fine and we are seeing that the database is being gradually increasing and they are more useful to the users, the software is more useful to the users. Now, the developers, they say कि if there is a so much increased load on my application server, till which time it will survive with this rapid growth, and after some time many users, they can abandon this product, they can switch over to the next product. So, how can I keep alive my product for the longer period of time in the coming future? That is what is my preventive maintenance. So, how I will handle, how I means how the developer phase, how the organization is going to handle these kind of problem, means their software will be used in the coming years. That is organization, it avoids this outcome by adding more servers. That is, not relying on only one server, not increasing the load on only one server, they are keeping backup, they are adding more and more servers to maintain this preventive maintenance. So, this covers all the 4 types of maintenance. This is, we started with corrective. Corrective maintenance means we are monitoring all the things, we are monitoring all the existing things. After doing this corrective maintenance, we move on to the adaptive phase. Adaptive phase says we have to look for the enhancements, changes. Whatever is existing, how enhance we can do this existings. Then after doing this adaptive, we move on to the preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance says we have to take care of the support, how we can prevent it. Then last one is my perfective. Perfective says bugs fixing. So, I started with the bug fixing. Once all the bugs they are being fixed, they are known as the corrective maintenance. Then I have to monitor them for the future, that is my adaptive. Then I am taking care of the enhancements, then that is my preventive, and then I am keeping the support from my server, that is my perfective. So, I started with the corrective, then I move on to the adaptive, then this is my preventive and this is my perfective maintenance. So, these are the categories of maintenance. Then how much effort is being given to these kind of maintenance? So, adaptive maintenance plays 25%. Corrective maintenance, it plays 20% of the maintenance cost. Preventive maintenance cost is just like the 5% and perfective maintenance is the 50% of my entire software maintenance cost. Then what are the solutions to these maintenance problems? The first and foremost solution is to reallocate the budget and effort, because now we are doing the error correction. We are changing our software as per the changing user needs, that is I am reallocating my budget, I am reallocating my effort and time. Then the second solution is to complete replacement of the system. If my system is not tuning with the new changing needs, I have to tune it, that is either I will define a strategy that takes ki I have to switch to the new system, or I have to redefine my existing algorithm. So, if there are chances of redefining the existing algo, I will do that and I will reallocate my budget and effort. If there are not the chances of redefining the algorithm, I will completely replace my system. So, that is my second solution. Third is maintenance of existing system. I am talking about the changes done to for the error correction and for the new changes in the user requirements, but simultaneously I have to take care of the existing system maintenance. How I am taking care of the existing things, that is my third parameter, maintenance of existing system. Now, let us discuss the maintenance process, the phases of this maintenance process one by one. So, I started with determine the maintenance objective. Here, what does this determine objective means? I am correcting the program errors, I am adding new capabilities. Here I am correcting the errors. Here I am adding the capabilities and deleting the obsolete features, and here I am doing the optimization. These are the 4 objectives that I have planned for determining the maintenance objective. So, after this there comes the second thing, problem understanding. How much complex is my problem, how I am going to document it and how I am going to self describe it, that comes the problem understanding. Then after problem understanding, I am generating the particular maintenance proposal, means how I can extend my existing software. So, once I come to know about the extension for after giving this maintenance proposal, I will take care of the ripple effect, that is how much stable is my software. Then I will test it as per the changes done in these previous phases, as per changes done in the maintenance objectives that I have determined. So, here I will test it, and then if the testing it passes, that means okay, the maintenance is over, means it is accepting, it is correcting the errors and accepting the new changes. If it does not passes the testing, then again I have to do the changes in my objectives, I have to re-understand the problem, I have to generate again the maintenance proposal, and I have to again check the stability of the new problem with new features, again I have to retest it and so on. So, this process goes on. Let us discuss these phases one by one in more detail. The first is identification and problem understanding. Here the modifications are identified because I have deployed the software and I want to know the modifications. So, modifications are identified here, and modifications after they are first examined and then they are being classified accordingly. It can be, this process can be done either automated or it can be done manually. Then the second phase says do the analysis, means generate the particular maintenance proposal. What does this mean? This means I have to integrate the changes in the software that I have discussed in the previous phase, that is identification phase. Practical feasibility of this modification is planned, whether that are practically feasible or just they are in dreams. Then the cost of modification is estimated in this analysis. Once I am generating the new maintenance proposal, I have to think about the cost of modification also, whether the validated changes they are in green zone, so that the software new cost can be bared, or it is just double or triples the cost of earlier cost software. So, then next is generating the maintenance proposal to accomplish the software implementation. Then the third phase is design phase, to know the stability of my software when I am designing it, when I am redesigning it, that is to know the ripple effect. So, as per the previous stages result, the new framework of the software is now determined. The next thing is I have to keep accounting for all the ripple effect, so that the consequences of program modifications can come. How much stable will be my program as per the change specifications. Then next is the implementation. Now my new software framework is implemented in this phase, codes are crafted. Now I have to check whether they support the new support system and specification or no. Then how can I check them? by doing the unit testing and then moving on to the system testing. That means the code implementation and their terms, they are being tested and further changes they are suggested accordingly. So, this maintenance process is also known as SMLC. That means, as we have discussed the software development life cycle, all phases we have discussed. We started with the requirement phase, then preliminary design, then detailed design, then coding, then unit testing, then integration testing, then acceptance, system testing and acceptance testing, then maintenance phase. So, likewise SDLC, there is a SMLC. So, these all phases, either we call them as a maintenance process or we can name it them software management life cycle. So, software management life cycle is consisting of all these phases. It starts with identification, we do the analysis, means while doing analysis we are generating the maintenance proposal, new maintenance proposal, and we are re-estimating the cost of these modifications, and then we are designing the software, we are implementing it, we are doing the system testing, and then we are doing the acceptance testing, and then again we are doing the delivery part. So, these all are coming SMLC. So, after we have done the system testing, we are now at the acceptance testing. Acceptance testing means it is being performed by the third party end users, as we have discussed in the UAT lectures. So, this acceptance testing, it is also called as dry run testing, and it is used to check whether my new implemented specifications, they are properly working or no. If they are no, again change the code and start from the unit testing again as per the new SRS, new detailed design and so on. Then if it is successfully, UAT is successful, then I will be moving on to the delivery. Delivery means the developer gets green signal from the third party users, and now the software is being delivered to the primary users. Then maintainability comes into the picture. The software quality attributes, they are here determined. How can I increase the software quality? That comes under when I am doing the maintainability. So, all of these factors, they must be combined to increase my software maintainability. So, it is how easy is to maintain a program, it all depends how I can understand it. So, now let us discuss the factors that are affecting the maintenance cost. As there are changes, they are often left undocumented. So, that is the reason for there comes the conflicts. Then there is a standard age of any software, it is considered to be 10 to 15 years. What after 10 to 15 years? These older software, they work on slow machines. So, that is having the less memory and storage capacity, that again increases the maintenance cost. So, with the technology enhancements, it becomes very tedious and it becomes very costly to maintain this old software, and we have to make the new software. So, either our old software should have the capability to tune up with these new changes, or directly we should switch over to the new software. Then often changes that they are not easily hurt using the original structure of the software, and it becomes very hard to find these subsequent changes. Then factors affecting the maintenance cost in the terms of software, that is the structure of software program that needs to be completely changed, that again increases the software cost, software maintenance cost. Then there may be the change of programming language. The programming language, is it not adaptive to the new features? Then there is a dependency on the external environment. Again there is a need for coming to the new environment as per the changes. So, the cost will be increased. Then the staff reliability and the availability of the staff, that is again the major factor for increasing the maintenance cost. So, this was all about the SDLC phases, a brief that has been taken, and then we have taken the software as an evolutionary entity, and then we have discussed why there is a need for software maintenance and how it is taking most of the cost and effort, that is almost 40 to 70% of the effort is consumed in software maintenance to make it a operational. Entire software cost gets decreased if the errors they are not being found in the earlier stages. So, the need, the aim and the approach for the software maintenance is discussed. In the next lectures, we will be discussing the various approaches for the software maintenance. Thank you.